Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 8, read. 52, come on. Exit. Alert flat. Protein spill. Hey! Hey, Delta. Right 52. Let's make pilot, 64, weak.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. You got nothing.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, 2. Maybe weapon. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Now.
From the gun on third down. Westbrook out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
Set. 30 base. Recon, 132 fighter. Y'all playing the wrong football. Alert 3. Switch. Hey, alert 3. Check. Hey, Sam off. Switch it. Guard. Bravo. Ready.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, exit.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. From the gun, Westbrook. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. 30, 10, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Go! Hey, Haywood!
Off the play fake. Westbrook. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the ground, Kamara.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Go!
Operating from the gun. Westbrook looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 45-yard line.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Watch the screen. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Shoot.
Looking to throw on second down. Hawk. It's caught by Mike Evans. Now he's going to get get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Blue draw quarters. Hey, Alpha.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. He don't know no better. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Watch the shit.
Looking to throw. Hard. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and 14. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Pull it.
2nd and 1. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm scared. Check 43.
X3. 218. Chopper.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Saints, nothing.
Ready? 70. Indy. Chopper.
On your team.
Hey, orbit.
Check 24. Watch 24. Slim.
To throw on 2nd down. Westbrook. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Shift. Hey, lock it. Look at me, zipper. Hey, foxtrot. Hit it.
From the gun, Westbrook. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Slam, slam, slam.
General West. Five.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Hawk. And he finds Howard complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Christian Travis.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Hey. High 7.
58, boys. 58. 58's Mike.
Tighten up. Pull together.
Go.
From the gun on third down. Hawk. That's caught by Howard. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or. Hey, Charlie.
Get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Two.
On first and 10, Hawk. He completes it to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. But anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Hey, Wahoo.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch
Snap.
Off play action. Hawk. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check your hot read. Check 99. Check 99.
Operating from the gun. Hawk. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Okay, break.
Mike 29.
Smooth.
To throw on second down. Westbrook. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
You got that right there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Westbrook. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Delta.
27 Mike. Mike 27. Tackles. 47.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Zoo.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 46.
To throw again. Hawk. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Hawk. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Back to throw. Hawk. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Brings up third down and 1.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Six, pull it high.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
58's the money. 58's the money. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Throwing on first down. Hawk. They'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. On first down, it's Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
On the set.
58's mine. I got you. I got you. And 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. I'm coming for you. Mine.
Ready?
Looking to throw on second down. Hawk. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
We're going to work.
Their own 29-yard line.
Come on.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 2nd and 15. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Thomas, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Down.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
2nd and 6. He completes it to Evans. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood!
You can choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 52. Mike 52. Go.
From the gun, Hawk. He finds his target. It's Evans. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Go!
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
On 1st and 10, Hawk. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw. Westbrook. And his throw here's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Look, squeeze.
Here's Kamara off the draw. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, Gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Safety's creeping.
Hey, Alpha.
Off the play fake. Westbrook. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Vita Vea make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mike 29. Yeah. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
On third down, Westbrook got his man complete over the middle. That's Burgess. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
52.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
Hey, tight. Switch.
Go.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints get a bit closer.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Hey, box drop.
47 to Mike, boys, 47. Check, 47.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Gone.
Swear you up. Don't get nervous.
Check. Fresno.
To throw on 2nd down. Hawk. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Watch 52.
Sit down.
Operating from the gun. Westbrook. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
Go out.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Shoot.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll him behind the line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 36-yard line.
47 is the mic. In your face.
Looking to throw on second down. Hawk. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, high 7.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, Hawk. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Hey, lock it.
Tighten up. Shift. Watch the shift. Wide. Get wide.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, wahoo. 5.
Off play action. Westbrook looking again for Thomas. This time complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
X3, 218, chopper. Get it.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
31. Saints 13.
Coming to you, coming to you. 5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike, go.
Off the play fake. Hawk. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
check. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, Echo.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
4-7's the mic, 4-7's the mic. I got him, I got him.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Mike 47, check Mike 47. Come to my world. We won.
Look at me. Score, score.
37, check 37. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. 49, check 49, check 49.
Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Hawk. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Hey, Delta.
29 is the mic, Mike 29. 29 is the mic, Mike 29.
On 1st down, Westbrook. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Off play action, Westbrook. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, shoot.
From the gun, Westbrook. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go now.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
Rock, rock it, rock it.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Steve Griffin.
Operating from the gun, Westbrook looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Let's go. 60 yards.
Choose the mic. Bring it. Bring it. Shift.
Leo. General West. Hit it.
On first down, Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Greystone Travis. Bravo.
My 52.
Get it.
Back to throw. Hawk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
He's checking.
Fair.
Check 15.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 15-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Looking to throw. Hawk. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
29 is the Mike 29. Hey, me and you all day.
Throwing on first down. Westbrook stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Off the play fake. Westbrook. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Back to you. Check 24. Check 24.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Let's go.
Back to throw. Hawk. And this is caught by Evans. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson jostles free. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Go.
Mike 52. Mike 52. He can't hang.
61 Matchbox Lights.
52. We don't want this.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Hey.
Motion. Reset. 52 is the mic right here.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready?
Watch Mike. Oh, yeah, pump. Double time. 4 down. Check, 4 down.
Blue draw forfeit.
Check.
5.
Looking to throw. Hawk and break. The tight end's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Westbrook. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Mike 29. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Go, go.
29 is the Mike.
Yep.
29. Here we go, here we go. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Shoot.
To throw on 3rd down. Westbrook. Open man is Michael Thomas. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
60 or.
Penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
6-6. Pull it high.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Hey, Alpha.
29 is the Mike.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple, but he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Ready, ready.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Ready, ready.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.